All right, well, one more video for today. I'm starting to walk home and doing my 10,000 steps. So I got 5,000 to go, but just one more video because it's going to get noisy once I leave this park. So what I want to talk about is what can we learn from McDonald's about being a billionaire? So let's look at the problem they were solving in their market. So we've been talking about who they serve. And when they started out, so, I was around, not quite at the beginning, but pretty early. And so they had a jingle that said, "You deserve a break today." You don't really hear that anymore because the market demographic has changed, but they were targeting women. So in the 60s, women worked all day and at home, and men worked all day at the office. This was the transition away from agriculture into sort of corporate life. And it's kind of a thankless job because also with suburbanization, then, less and less women worked in collective situations, so they didn't have all that much feedback. Everyone had to have their own washing machine and things like that. So the kind of more collective culture ideas was getting more and more atomized. So women were home alone all day. And then, the husband came home and guess who was expected to clean, after cooking dinner, feeding the, breadwinner. He goes off and sits in front of the TV, and guess who's going to clean? Mom, So that's the era. And so, of course, while these women were home all day doing the ironing and whatever and watching soap operas and whatnot, then McDonald's was saying, well, you deserve a break today. Like, what if you could feed your whole family and not have to do any cleaning? And for less than it costs you to cook, right? So no cooking, no cleaning, and cheaper than doing it yourself, depending. That was a resonant message. It's like, yeah, I'm a mom. I want that. I would like a day off, right? I'd like a break. Now, so that was the marketing. That was the framing. So that kind of message was creating the market. They had to serve the market. Well, how do they do that? Because they had to somehow finance the construction of the delivery of their goods. So, but people were eating. All they did was kind of change they were able to get into the huge, food market and divert a little shred of that big market to themselves. Now, do I like McDonald's? No. I mean, what they stand for, what they've done to the planet, what they've done to people's lives, no, it's a disaster. But this is part of the problem. Now if you're going to be a billionaire, you need to be able to look beyond, judging good and bad. You're going to need to be able to see certain kinds of patterns and look at how those might apply to your dream. So in the last video, I talked about basically reversing the damage of what McDonald's did, reversing that damage. So how do we do that? Very similarly, mass education about how to reverse your illnesses with diet therapy, but then we have to provide. So those two things have to be handled. That's going to take a certain amount of money to be able to get the first one clinic set up and, demonstrating the revenue model and all that so that it could be replicated. What did McDonald's do? Demonstrated the business model, then replicated. It's just one path. So many paths, depending on your own personal dream and vision. So I hope this little insight will help you with whatever, begin to visualize that whatever you can dream in terms of an outcome for whatever community you want to serve, And you know what I'm teaching about being a billionaire works if you just want to start a food truck. Like, you don't have to be a billionaire. That's just, some people are attracted to that, the idea of that kind of impact. I certainly was, because the things I care about, trees, it's, you know, pretty horrific. It's a really big problem, and it required, for me to stay in the game, for me to continually increase my ability to hold a commitment for the greater community. So I like doing that. I like teaching that. But whatever part you want to take, I just want you to succeed. And you don't have to be a billionaire to get my attention. You just have to be following your dreams. Alrighty, I think that's a pretty good place to end for today. And we'll talk to you later.